right, you guys, we're actually doing this. This is the first camping trip with the extreme off-road teardrop. And man, she looks good. So come along with me on this camping trip. I got spring fever. Spring isn't for a couple more days. I think today's March 16th, but maybe 17th. Anyway, we're camping. Oh, look at that background right here, you guys. Isn't that an awesome place to camp? Woo! Spring fever, you guys, right here. Let's go camping, Rocky Mountain backcountry style. All right, here it is. This is where it starts, the extreme boondocking. Can-Am side-by-side, mini teardrop trailer. I'm just gonna show you guys right here. I'm gonna walk down the road here. This is what we're gonna try and do. And hopefully you'll get to see it. This trail's been on my channel before. I'm gonna go up around there and back down there and back down through the creek and back over here and up the other side and back around up that canyon over there. Welcome to camp, guys. Let's do this. All right, guys, let's see how everything rode in the trailer. Oh, guess what? The battery box wasn't even strapped down. Made it. Alright, inside. The doors swing open a little bit. I'm gonna have to put some kind of a latch over there so that they'll stay closed. Everything looks okay in there. Back here, looks like my straps worked for that thing up there. And for the action packer, cups fell, they were up in here, but It's all good. Check that out. I just made that little door stopper right there in the corner. Little piece of angle iron or angle aluminum. Holds that door nice. Oh man, you guys, check that out. Well, how about it, you guys? Here we are. This is Rocky Mountain Extreme backcountry with this trailer here. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this little rig here. I'm pretty excited about it. You saw some of the trails that it took to get me here, and I guess that's pretty extreme when you're trailering, I guess, huh? I'm looking across the way here, and there's a couple of feet, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet of snow in some of the shadows. And up on top of the mountain, I can see there's still quite a bit of snow up there, but I got me some spring fever, you guys. Smell that cedar and that pinyon burning. Reminds me of a little kid when I was a kid. How about a quick little Rocky Mountain backcountry story time, you guys? The smell of this fire takes me back to a point where I was 12 years old. My brother was 10, and my best friend Tommy, he was probably 14. So it was about this time of year, but we had a little bit more snow on the ground, and we decided we were going to go for a hike in the hills above our house. And going up there, we had snow boots on and snow pants and coats and gloves and the whole works. And, you know, we were good Boy Scouts. We were always prepared. We had stuff to build a fire, and I think we had some hot dogs. We were going to cook some lunch when we got up on the hill after our hike or during our hike or whatever. And we got coming back, and it was cold, and we'd been hiking through the snow, and our feet were wet and our pants were wet. And my brother got to a point where he just couldn't go on. His toes were so cold he couldn't even walk. Well, we stopped at that point and we built a fire, and it was out of cedar, pinyon, a little bit of sagebrush. That's what the smell reminds me of, that cedar pinyon smoke. Oh, smells good, but this wasn't that great of an experience at the time. But anyway, we got to a point where my brother couldn't walk. His toes were so cold he couldn't walk. So we stopped, we built a fire, and We took his boots off and his socks off, got his socks dried off and his boots warmed up, and we kept hiking. We went probably another hour, hour and a half of hiking, and same thing, we all got cold. My little brother's feet got so cold again he could barely walk. So we got to a point where we were desperate. We built another fire, and this is what we did, you guys. We took his boots off, we took his socks off again, and we knelt down beside that fire and we said a prayer. We asked God to help us through the rest of that hike and get us home. And as sure as I'm sitting here in front of you before this fire, we put his socks on, his boots on. We hiked for about another hour and a half straight home, and we didn't have one complaint of being cold. So I tell you that to tell you this, you guys. Rocky Mountain backcountry stories, you don't always see it, but there's a prayer, and God's always watching out for us, and he knows exactly what we need when we need it. All we got to do is ask. So that's Rocky Mountain backcountry story time, you guys. As I sit here by the fire, I love it. Not a better place to be. Woo! Yes. I think it's a perfect time for a little hike. I'll be back. I'm gonna heat me up some water so I can have some freeze-dried lasagna. Got lasagna. Woo! How about some freeze-dried smoked salmon, you guys? I'm doing that. There's some more lasagna. Blueberries and strawberries. We'll save that for breakfast. And how about some freeze-dried cranberries? Man, you want to talk about a good treat, you guys. Freeze-dried cranberries. Love it. That's a pretty slick kitchen. Plenty of room. Make it easy. Beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys. It is 34 degrees outside, and I've got that little diesel heater cranked up. Well, it's not cranked up. It's on, I think it goes to 1.4 is the low, and I've got it right now on 2.1. Whatever that means. Diesel heater talk. If you got a diesel heater, you'll understand that. Megahertz or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, it's not on low and it's not on high. So anyway, I'm warming it up in here. Right now it is about 51 degrees inside the little trailer. And it is after 9 o'clock. I've been on the phone. It's kind of nice. I've been outside by the fire on the phone talking to my son. And you know what? This is great. This is great, you guys. The only thing that would make me happier is if this was another foot wider and if my wife was with me. That's the only thing that would make this better. So far, so good. I'm loving it, you guys. Thanks for checking out Rocky Mountain Backcountry. I am going to turn the covers down, climb into bed, and watch a couple YouTube videos. We'll get back to you in the morning. Well, you guys, I'm happy to report a successful night. Slept in a little bit, even. That ain't too bad. Right now it is 29 degrees outside and 69 inside. Slept pretty good, except for the clicking of the diesel heater. Anybody with a diesel heater knows what I'm talking about. Gotta remedy that. It actually overheated in here last night. So yeah, I was just talking about the diesel heater. It clicks a little bit, like a lot. And I didn't think I was gonna hear it like I do, but it actually got pretty warm in here last night. At one point, I turned the diesel heater off twice, and worked out all right. Got up this morning, turned it on a few minutes ago, and like I said, we're up to about 70 degrees. Yep, 70 right now. So anyway, a couple little touch-ups on the trailer, and we're good. I'm happy with this old girl. Let's get up and see what it looks like in the morning sun. How about that, you guys? Woo! Sun's bright. Yeah. Beautiful, you guys. Beautiful. That thermometer said it was like 30 degrees. Right now, I think out here, it's got to be warmer than that. I think I might get to ride the scooter today, too. Camping, side by side, riding the Harley all in one day. That's all right. It doesn't even feel cold out here. This is good. Not sponsored, but that's my favorite breakfast right there. Peak refuel, biscuits and gravy. Get you some of that. Oh, and some caffeine. It'd be nice to have some sponsors for the channel. Food and drink. What more does the guy need? Well, I'm just taking a few minutes for the peak refuel to hydrate. And I thought I'd take a second to summarize what's going on here. So, great night's sleep. Stayed plenty warm. It got to about, I think in the middle of the night, I saw 26 degrees. But inside, I stayed warm. Insulation works great. The heater works great. I actually had to turn the heater off. Number one, it was getting too warm. And number two, the noise from the clicking of the fuel pump on that diesel heater prohibited a little bit of sleep. I'm happy with it, you guys. I'm stoked to get out and use that a little more this summer. Works out great. Some of the plans that I have for this thing are, I've got to put a roof rack on it. I want to be able to put the rooftop tent on it. And I want to get some traction boards and mount up on there. I want to be able to put a little propane tank on the side here to run a propane stove. I want to hook up some jerry cans on the side so I've got extra gas and extra water. Of course, I got to get the solar panels set up on there and a solar charge controller for the battery. I also want to do a 110 inverter on the inside so I have a little bit of 110 power if I need it. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to say this was a 99% success. That works. Thanks for checking out Rocky Mountain Backcountry. I'm going to hang out here for a little bit longer, eat some breakfast, continue with the caffeine, and then we're going to get out of here and go do a little bit of work for the day. Maybe. I think it's nice enough we might get the Harley out. That sounds like a plan. Like if you do, subscribe if you haven't. Come with me and we'll go do some more extreme teardrop camping. How's that sound, you guys? Thanks, we're out of here.